Well, good afternoon, friends. Mark Holmes here, and as always, I want to thank you all for watching, commenting. Without you guys, as well as you ladies, does not work. It's crazy because I was talking to my friend Clarence today and stuff, and he's like, "Oh man, I know you're getting ready for the trip and stuff." He's like, "When do you get the RV?" And I was like, and I realized next Wednesday. Next Thursday, the Dallas Cowboys have their first preseason game, and it just kind of blew my mind because it's like I don't have much time left to get this stuff together. So I've got to really get rolling here, and I've got so much to do before we get there. But we do have some news that's breaking right now. The Dallas Cowboys have, as Stephen Jones is a 365-day-a-year job, and guys that are on one-year deals. Cowboys have agreed to a 2-year contract with cornerback Kyron Brown. I know some of you are saying, who? And that's what I was saying myself. Who? Kyron played New York Jets in 2019, played in 3 games, started 1, had 5 tackles, solo tackles, and that's it. He's 6'1", 195 pounds, so he's got a little bit of weight on him in comparison to some of the other guys. And the Cowboys are bringing him in, signing him to a deal, and seeing what's what and who's who with them. That's all I can tell you about it right now. Again, Aaron Wilson was reporting this, that the Dallas Cowboys have agreed to a 2-year contract with cornerback Kyron Brown, according to his agent Sam Link. So it's a 2-year deal. I don't have any details on the salary for it. Adam Schefter is also putting that up as well. Now, one other take while I'm still here and stuff, so I want to double down, was to my friend Clarence, and he was like, what do you know about this whole thing of DeShawn Watson going to the Eagles? And what we got is an Eagles commentator on one of the radio shows came out and said there's about a 90% chance that DeShawn Watson ends up with the Eagles, which is interesting thought there. And I got talking with Clarence about this because you think about Aaron Rodgers, who right now wants a 2-year deal worth $90 million fully guaranteed. If he gets traded to somebody, he wants a 2-year, $90 million fully guaranteed contract. That's $45 million a year for the 2 years, fully guaranteed. No ifs, ands, or buts about it. So that's going to be interesting, as we put it. Don't see Washington stepping up to spend that much money for 2 years, and I'm not sure how many teams would. We've had rumors of Denver wanting him, and I think that actually Denver would be the place that Aaron Rodgers would probably like to go because they have a defense and there, and knowing that how they're friendly with older quarterbacks and stuff, that might be the best place for him to go. Washington, I would want to go to, but that would be the deal that would scare me. With DeShawn Watson, the Eagles apparently aren't really sold on Jalen Hurts and think, or at least this is the thought. Again, this is not coming from the Eagles. This is coming from one of their talking heads outside of it. The thought would be that the Eagles aren't sold on Jalen Hurts being the guy. And if you don't believe he's the guy, you're better off trading for a guy like DeShawn Watson as opposed to Aaron Rodgers. Aaron Rodgers, you got to feel that his shelf life is a lot shorter than, say, DeShawn Watson. He's 38 years old, wants $90 million for 2 years. He needs to go to a situation where they're ready to win right now. And even with DeShawn Watson, if you're going to ask me which would scare me more, Aaron Rodgers to Washington or DeShawn Watson to the Eagles, I would say Aaron Rodgers to Washington than DeShawn Watson going to the Eagles. The Eagles have holes throughout the whole roster. Let's be clear on that. Would they be a better team with Watson? Hell yes, they would, because he's got experience and he can do a lot of things that Hurts is not ready to do. But the team in general still has a lot of building to do to get to that level where you say, yeah, they're one of the best teams in football, so to speak. But that's just my own personal take. I've actually gave a call to Philly 500 because I wanted to get his take on that idea and if they would be willing to trade for him, because the other part of this is you have to realize that the own, because of the Carson Wentz dealing and so on, taking on DeShawn Watson and taking on his salary, which is quite sizable. Now, it may end up being the third or fourth by the time Aaron Rodgers gets paid, but it's still a lot of money that they don't necessarily have right now. Hurts is not costing you but peanuts in comparison. And you have of having Jalen Hurts there relatively cheap till you can get out from underneath of Carson Wentz's contract. But I'm just happy that we have our guy. Now, the thing that we also talked about in this, which is going to be funny, is so many people are like, you can't pay Dak that kind of money. It's going to hamstring us. You know, down the road, we're going to really be screwed because this year it's only $21 million or $22 million. Next year, it's $32 million, I believe it is. And then the third year, it's like $41. Well, if you look at Aaron Rodgers saying, I want $45 a year fully guaranteed, you know, you've got Josh Allen, you've got Lamar Jackson, you got Baker Mayfield that are all right now in that window where they want to get them signed to contracts. You also have Russell Wilson, who I'm sure he's not going to say, I'll just take a team-friendly deal, since the last time he ended up basically Seahawks and saying, get my contract done by the 15th of April or I will never sign another deal with you, flat out. So the thing that's going to be kind of interesting is 2-3 years from now, when we look at Dak Prescott's contract, continues to break records with the projections of how much money they will be making. When you start thinking about teams, they say 3 years from now will be worth between $8 and $10 billion each. And that's everybody. That counts the Browns. All of a sudden, that money you're paying Dak, it's chump change. So we'll have news on the Dallas Cowboys later on. What we have, they are off tomorrow, no practice tomorrow, so they'll probably be getting in a little extra work and letting the guys get sore. And later on, I'm working on a little piece for Dan Quinn. Dan Quinn, who used Run DMC music to help educate the guys. I've got the perfect rap song from him from the 80s. And with that being said, I got some more. That's what we do. I will talk to you later. Peace.